So today was originally going to be a video on my Sanitaire, Bissell Big Green / Sanitaire, and unfortunately, I'm pretty late on this video request now, so sorry about that, Caden. I will make the video tomorrow on the whole house vacuuming with my Bissell Big Green / Sanitaire. So the reason why it got delayed was because before I made the video, I checked the bag and it was covered in dust because I forgot to put a bag in it. So I went ahead and stopped what I was doing. I vacuumed out the bag, threw it in the wash because I wanted it to smell like fresh laundry. And of course, it took some time to dry, so I ended up using my Elevate. I didn't film the whole house vacuuming, but I went ahead and just vacuumed with the Elevate. So then I thought, well, what video should I do today? Because tomorrow's going to be the whole house vacuum video with this. So I thought, what video should I film for Sunday? And I remembered that I recently picked this machine up from eBay. So this is a Simplicity Freedom, and it was on eBay. I was not looking for this machine. It just popped up when I was doing my usual browse on eBay. And it kind of caught my attention because I saw how good it looked in the photos. It looked perfect as far as condition-wise. And I saw a cheap price tag, $60. And I looked at the pictures and I was wondering what could be wrong with it because the condition part said for parts or not working. So the seller said that the vacuum turns on but does not run. And he says that it runs loud and brush doesn't rotate. So I went ahead and just watched the vacuum for a while on eBay just to see what would happen. And the seller kept lowering the price by $5. So eventually it went down to $30, and then the shipping was $25. So I went ahead and just buy it. It'll be a fun little project just to see what I can do with it. And I went ahead and purchased a fan with it because I was almost certain that the fan was busted. So it arrived, and the first thing I did was rotate the brush roll, and it felt like the motor was jammed because I could feel the belt slipping on the shaft when I was rotating it. So I went ahead and plugged it in, and I turned it on for 1 second and it buzzed at me, so I already knew that the motor was jammed. So I took it apart, looked at the fan housing. It looked fine. I looked at the fan. Nothing was jammed in it, so I took the whole fan apart, or the housing for the fan, and there was nothing in there. So then I looked at the motor, and the motor was actually broken. I've never seen this on a vacuum before. So right in here, where the vent is, right here, this shell, the plastic shell for the motor, however, I don't know how this happened. This definitely didn't happen under normal usage, so I don't know what they were doing with it, but it snapped right in half. And when I opened it up, this half was actually twisted, and of course the motor was in there the correct way. So I thought, well, the motor is toast. 'Cause, yeah. But I went ahead and just took it apart just to see what I could do with it. And amazingly, I was able to just put a very thin little strip of Gorilla Glue on the edges where the plastic shell housing was supposed to press on the motor, because that was not supposed to come apart in the first place. So once it dried, the motor spun perfectly. It had the perfect amount of resistance. Nothing was rubbing against anything. And I put everything back together and everything just ran perfectly. There's no issues at all with this motor. It was a perfect repair, and I'm very happy with that. Also, I could tell this motor has been replaced at some point because this older one is supposed to have the aluminum casing right here and right here. But the newer one that you can still buy today has the plastic shells or covers for the motor. And of course, if you want to replace the motor, one of these, that's the replacement you're going to find. And so I have no problem with this new motor. It runs just like the old one, if not better, of course. But I like this newer motor better because the older motor had an issue where you cannot service it. You can't pull the motor apart or anything. Everything was just fuse together for whatever reason. So I'm very happy with that. And of course, I washed the outer bag. I stuck in a HEPA bag. See how clean everything is. And everything is in great shape. You can see how shiny the hood is. I did not polish it or anything. After washing it, this is how it came out. I believe the cord is original. So, and then of course, show off the bottom here. So here's a sticker. So serial number 5C0012855. So this was manufactured in 2005. It's model F3300. Made in the USA with globally sourced components. 5.5 amps. Here's the brush roll, which is like brand new almost. Maybe it was replaced at some point. But with the condition of this vacuum, I kind of doubt it was replaced because the vacuum is in such good condition. Now, one of these bearings, I think it was this side, was kind of seized. So I just took it apart. It was wrapped in hair, so I cleaned all that out. And I repacked the bearings, both of them actually. But this one really needed the attention. And once I did all that, it's running much better. And of course, I pop this off, which I normally don't do this on video, but since there's no screws, I'm just going to go ahead and pop it off. Has a brand new belt on it. Everything is still pretty clean. I have been using it a little bit, which is why there's stuff caught in the brush. So just go ahead and put this back in. There we go. So let's go ahead and fire it up. I also changed out the headlight bulb because of course it was burned out. So just like my Riccar Superlight, which is made by Taconi makes Riccar and Simplicity. Just like my Riccar, this thing is a beast at cleaning carpets. It really does have tremendous agitation from that brush roll, and it's grooming very, very well. It runs just like this Riccar, because this one has the 7-bladed fan, whereas the higher end models have a 5-blade fan with a different design that runs much quieter. So that is my little video on my Simplicity Freedom, and I do plan on keeping it. I don't need it obviously because I already have this one, but I do like these machines. They are quite nice. I do think that they're an upgrade over the Auric Classic, like this one. So there you have it. Again, tomorrow will be the whole house vacuuming video with my big green Sanitaire, Bissell/Sanitaire. So looking forward to that. So I guess one day I will do a whole house vacuuming video with this. So stay tuned.